please make sure to open up the file called numeric from your resource file, as we'll be discussing numbers and various ways on how to use numbers. So the first thing that I would like to mention though is let's go to cell J6 and let's just type in any text. Can you see that text is always aligned to the left? And if I go there and I say 1 and I go 2.5, maybe 2,500, maybe 500, let's go 50,000 again, let's go 0.001. Can you now see that numbers are always aligned to the right? Now, why do numbers align to the right? It's purely for readability. Let's select all of these numbers, and then from the Home tab in the Alignment group, let's hover over to where it says Align Left and click on Align Left. Let's click out of that selection, and can you see there that it would be very difficult for your viewer or the person that's going to be using your Excel files to read those numeric values, as it's not aligned properly. It's very difficult to look at what is what. So let's select all of those again and let's align it to the right by going into a Home tab, into the alignment, and align it to the right. Can you see now it's so much easier to view it? Let's select column D and delete it. From column J now, on J6, let's look at the differences of the alignment. I can align text to the right, I can center align my text, I can even to the top 3 options here, and you might not see it as much, but this is the alignment within the cell. So if I go, it will go top align, middle align, bottom align, and it's very subtle. So let me go left align there again, select column J, and let me just kill that as well. So now let's populate our Excel spreadsheet, and let's just say our rent every month was 1,200, and for February as well as March our car payment was maybe 350. Then in February we purchased a new car, it went to 750, and that would be fixed every month. We normally spend about, say, 750 on our food, but during the month of February, as a celebration, we upped it a little bit because we were entertaining people while showing them our brand new car, and we spent slightly more, 1,250. In March we went back down to our normal budget of 750. Our mobile is maybe 150, but during February again it went higher as we invited everybody to barbecue to show them how our new car looks. And then maybe we went back down slightly in the month of March. Our water and electricity is maybe as well 150. We slightly spent more in Feb, and then we returned it back down in March. Can you now see that water and electricity has actually now been chopped off? And that's because the rest of the cells have been populated. If I click on cell A9, you can still see in the formula bar that everything is still there. Now if I wanted to show this properly, what I would do is, can you see now, if I take my mouse and I hover between cells A and B, how my cursor changes to a black arrow left to right. Now if I double click, it will automatically auto fit it, and now I can see, it's awesome. Alternatively, back to column A and B, and then I can just left click and hold, and I can just adjust this again. Now let's select cell B5 and let's look what happens with numbers. So if I go into the Home tab, into the number group, you'll see where it says General, there's a drop down arrow. If I click on that drop down arrow, I can select my value to be a number, and then you can see there I get 2 decimal points. Let's go Control Z to undo. If I click on it again, I can change it to currency. Control Z to undo, and look how it adds the spaces between it so it's easier readable. I can even change it to accounting. Now let's highlight all of our numbers, all of our items, even the totals, and let's do that exercise again. Let's change it to a number. Okay, let's change that number maybe to a currency, And can you see that the moment you change it to a currency, it kind of jumbles up, because the currency values there are, and they're not all aligned, and this can also sometimes cause headaches. But if I now select accounting, can you see how the currency value all lines up and everything is nice and neat, even without decimal points? So let me go and go Control Z again to undo everything. From there, I can also, with everything still selected, I can go right click, and in my contextual menu, find the one that says Format Cells, left click it, just reposition this, make sure that the number tab is selected, and then when you go either to number, can you see that here you can set the decimal points, you can set the thousand separator, you can have negative numbers display in a certain way. The same with currency. The decimal places, you can have your currency symbol, you can change your currency symbol here, you can have negative values. The same with accounting, you can have your decimal values as well as your symbol. So let me just click on cancel, go back into the number group, let's change this to accounting. What I could also do is, if I go back into the number group, over the accounting number format, on the drop down, I can switch here between currencies. Alternatively, from the decimal point, I can add an indentation and say, okay, but give me 3 or 4 or 5 decimal points. Or I can undo it by just decreasing the decimal value again.